stay up here with me because they're so funny. I almost peed in my pants. But anyway, I managed not to do that in my blue dress. I'm also a rebel. I'm not going to talk about what I was supposed to talk about. I'm going to talk about something else. So I woke up this morning with inspiration and felt that it was really important to kind of bring it all together for you because you've been receiving so much information. Who feels a little overwhelmed? Raise your hand if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Okay, so about 30% feel overwhelmed. Well, I'm impressed. My first leadership retreat, I was very overwhelmed. And so the purpose of my presentation is going to be to show you how to help other people make money quickly, but it's not going to be as technical as Rod and I initially talked about. It's not going to be as left-brain. So Justin talked a little bit about why it's important to help people make money quickly. If you remember, he talked about, he showed that penny and how that penny kept doubling and doubling, and a lot of people give up at that $40, $80 mark because they just didn't get there quickly enough. So that's one reason to help people make money quickly. Another visual that I want to share with you is imagine that I'm your brand new prospect, and I tell you, I need this money. I want to build the doTERRA business. This was what happened not that long ago, 7 years ago with my dear friend. My husband had just lost his job. We were living in our dream home. Our kids were in private school, and we really needed to make money quickly. And so for me, it felt like there was this big, deep, black hole. And if I wasn't able to bridge that hole and start making money, I was going to be lost. And so that's what I want you to think of whenever you have a new person that's telling you, I need to make money, I need to make money quickly. If you help them get that first paycheck, what's that going to create for them? You can tell me that first paycheck, what does that mean? Hope, belief, confidence. If they tell you I need money now and it takes them 2 months, what's that going to create? Fear and doubt, okay? So the reason why this is important, what we're talking about today is important is because you have in your power to truly change that person's life. So thanks to my friend Nicole, we now not only are surviving, but we're thriving. And that is the goal. We have to help other people now. Quickly, just to be super clear, quickly is a term that is relative, right? What's quick for me might be slow for someone else. I got to diamond in a year. That seems pretty quick, right? My good friend got to Blue Diamond. She's teaching in the room next door. She got to Blue Diamond in 8 months, right? So my quick is her slow. So quick is relative. So more important than quickly, I want to talk about clarity. So here's my first question for you. Oh, wait. I can't go back. Did you see a slide before that said, can you clearly explain to someone? You did? Okay. Okay, so raise your hand if you can clearly explain to someone how to make their first $600. Okay, that's even less people that felt overwhelmed. Okay. So think about what Ron and Justin just shared with you. If you can't tell someone how to make money, how are they going to know how to make money? Right? We need to be able to tell them what to do. And so ignore that for a minute, and I'm going to talk more about clarity. So how can we build clarity? Clarity is key, regardless of quick. So our job is to keep things simple for them. Now I want to be clear, simple is different from simplistic. If you remember what Corey was talking about yesterday, he showed this graph with 3 circles and they intersected at the optimal point of efficiency, right? Like when you're at your maximum efficiency. And so he had relationships and he had passion. And where they intersected, it said passion and relationships make someone, that's good, but if you just only have that, then you're simplistic. Do people take simplistic people seriously? If you come to me and I tell you you're gonna make all this money and you ask me how, and I can't tell you, are you gonna consider this as a real business opportunity? No matter how more money, no, you're not, okay? You're not, okay? And so you need to understand the comp plan. So Rod did a fantastic job in 20 minutes giving you the overview of the 5 ways of making money. But can you please promise me, if you took the time to come to this retreat, if you took the time to be here today, will you promise me that you will learn and understand the comp plan? Thank you. Okay, that is the skill set that you need to know. The comp plan is the rules of the game. And if you're talking to someone's husband and you can't explain to them how you make money, guess what? She's not going to be doing this full time and she's not going to be around for long. Okay, so the first thing is we need to keep it simple. Why? Because a confused mind says what? No. Okay? So our job is to learn the comp plan, which is complex, and then distill it down to make it really, really easy for our new builder. When they come in, we're not going to teach them the comp plan. We're not going to teach them the 5 ways of making money, because what would that do? It will confuse them. It'll overwhelm them. So we're going to stop doing that, okay? They can come here and be overwhelmed a year later. Once they become elites. But before they're elites, we're going to keep it super, super simple. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to know 2 things. We need to understand how they think. There's 2 types of people. There are people that like things step by step linear. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay? And then there's people that need context. So you need to know your audience. You need to know who you're talking to. If the person you're talking to gets easily overwhelmed with context, all you're going to do is say, okay, friend, the first step is this. And that's all you're going to do. You're not going to say anything else. For example, you want to make some money? Okay, the first thing you need to do is to host a class. You're going to invite 10 people, and the goal is for 5 people to show up at least. And so what you're doing there, that's all you have to do. Like when you go and invite people to this business, does that feel like a big relief? After everything you learned, that all you have to do is say, okay, friend, all you have to do is host a class, invite 10 people, and the goal is that 5 people show up. Is that pretty easy? Is that simple, right? Okay, and so why are we going to be so clear? We want them to have a clear definition of success. Because if they have a clear definition of success, they'll know they're doing well. Does that make sense? So if you tell someone this is what you need to do, and then they do it, once they do it, they're going to feel really good about themselves. They're going to pat themselves on the back and say, yeah, I did it. And that's what you want. And then you build on that success. I'm going to talk just a little bit more about this clear definition of success before I go to the second type of person, which is the context person. So about a year ago, and I've been doing this business for almost 8 years, about a year ago, I had an emotional crisis. My kids are graduating high school in a year. I've got twins. They're going to be leaving the house, and I started feeling really guilty about all the time I was spending on my doTERRA business, and I felt like I wasn't spending enough time on my kids. And I talked to my business coach, and I said, I'm not a good mom. I'm not spending enough time with my kids. Granted, guys, I like have lots of time. I spend lots of time with my kids, but in my mind, I wasn't a good mom. And she's like, do you have a clear definition of success, of what it means to be successful as a mom? And I said, no, I just know that I'm not good enough. So she said, without a clear definition of success, how will you ever know if you did a good job? And so I'm going to put this a different way. She said, go and talk to your kids and see what they need from you. I went and I talked to each of them separately, and I said, you are the most important thing in my life, more than anything. And I want you to know that. And so I want to understand, and I only have a year left with you, how can I make sure that you feel, how can you feel this love that I have for you? How can you know that you're the most important person in my life? One of them wanted to have dinner together, without his brother, just the 2 of us once a week. The other one wanted a game night once a week. Their definition of success for me was low. My definition was like, I need to do all these things to be a great mom. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with your builder. Your new builder, you need to be very clear. This is what it means to be successful. And for yourselves, you need to be very clear. Since she did that, it's completely liberated me in my business. Whenever every week I start and I think, okay, what is going to be my clear definition of success for me this week? I'm going to talk to this number of people. I'm going to enroll this number of people. Every week I have my clear definition of success. And once I do that, check. I feel good about myself. So I'm going to share, I hope that you share that with your team and that you do that for yourself. When you leave here, take one thing that once you start doing that, it'll be your definition of I am doing a great job in my doTERRA business, and you can build on that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the context people. The context people want the roadmap. They don't want to go step 1, step 2, step 3. They want to see, okay, give me a bigger picture. So for those people, clear definition of success is also important. And yesterday, Emily Wright gave us a really good example of a clear definition of success for a context person. She said, okay, if you want to be making $600 a month after 3 months, you're going to do the power of 3, which Rob was talking about, right? Structure for the power of 3. Going to be getting fast start. And she said very simply, to do that, for that success, you're going to enroll 6 people every month with 150 PV. And every single one of those people, you're going to get them on LRP at 150 PV. And if you don't remember this, go back. They're going to share the slides. She's got 3 slides, and it'll tell you exactly where to place them. So the clear definition of success that she gave us was enroll 6 people with 150 PV each, and get them on LRP, 150 PV each. After 3 months, you're going to be making $600 a month. That's The first way I showed you, the simplistic way, was you'll get there eventually. Emily's way is you'll get there in 3 months. My way that I'm going to show you right now is you will get to the 600 starting right away, starting the first month. And so remember, depending on who you're talking to, what you're going to share. If you have a superstar that wants to go Blue Diamond in 8 months, then you're going to share this. You're going to share these 3 pathways. So the important thing here, and no, corporate did not send me the memo about the change in the Home Essentials kit. So ignore the fact that it has 200 PB because now they made it even easier for us. And I was the one that got very, very excited about them changing the kit from the old Home Essentials to the new Home Essentials, which is exactly the same. Do you see how if we're going for simple, that is awesome? Yes. If we're going for simple, this is so easy. You tell your new person, all you have to do, you don't have to learn the 100+ oils. All you have to do is learn the 10 oils. Don't learn anything else right now. You're going to learn about your 10 oils. You're going to use them. You're going to have personal experiences. You're going to invite the people to come to this class, and we're going to enroll them. And so the first thing that we're going to do is look at the difference between those big kits, which for me, going back to what Rob was talking about, those bricks. To me, those bricks are either the Home Essentials kit or the Family Physicians kit. Do we still call it that? Family Essentials, whatever, the little one. Learn the names. You can tell me for a long time. So it's either, when you talk to someone, it's, do you want the little kit or do you want the big kit? Okay, it's super, super simple. Now, what I want you to understand, and you're not going to go into this unless you're talking to a context person, what I want you to understand and get very clear is it would take 15 people to get to $600 a month if you sold them the big kit, right? That's the old big kit. The new big kit was 12. But just pretend that it's the old kit. So 15 people to get to $600 a month if it's the big kit. If it's the little kit, it's twice the number of people. It's 30 people. Guys, do you see what I'm saying? It's twice the work. So you are better off doing what as elites and above? We are selling big kits, right? We're selling big kits. The little kit, do you want the travel size or do you want the real one? Right? Do you want the real one? Do you want the one that just costs double but you get 3 times the quantity? Do you want to make the smart buy? Right? So for first thing. Second thing, let's take this to the next level and let's look about what if instead of you doing all the work by yourself, instead of you selling 15, you only have to enroll 10. But you find 2 other people that also want to do this business. You get them on board right away. You tell them, I went to this retreat, I am so excited, I learned all about the pie and the dividend and the gangsta money, and I want to do this with you, right? Do you want to do this with me? And you told them all you have to do is host a class, invite 10 people, hope that 5 people show up, right? Or the goal is for 5 people to show up. So each of these girls enrolls 5 people. And now, guess what? Instead of you doing 15 kits, you only had to do 10, right? And you're still at $600, you're making the same amount of money. So is it smarter to do this business by yourself or with a friend? With friends. Okay, that's what I want you to take away from this. So we're super simple. We sell big kits and we do it with friends. And it's also more fun. The thing I wanted you to notice is that you're still making the 600, but look at what happens to your volume. Right? Instead of it being 3,000 PV, it's now 4,000 PV. So you just had one friend, that's the 3 friends that rock, now you're a premier. And now you start getting all those other bonuses. So you see how the bricks start building? Awesome. All right, so I'm almost out of time, but these slides are gonna get them. I'm not gonna go through the numbers, but I want you to make sure to go home and you need to understand these numbers. You need to know how to explain very clearly how you make money. So over here, want to get there faster. Big hits in a team, and taking it to the next level. So what does taking it to the next level mean? That's the first month. What about the second month, right? We all have friends, but eventually we run out of our warm market. And so Lori and Melissa will be talking about how do you keep going. The first way that you keep, I'm going to tell you this first thing. The first thing that you do is those people that you already talked to, right? This is network marketing for it to actually be an opportunity that continues to grow and that unilevel to grow. Your people need to know how to use their product. They need to know how to use their product. So you want to get people on LRP. What is the single best way to get people on LRP? You can tell me.
Education.
Membership overview, wellness consultation. Our job is to educate them. So we get them on our feet through that education. The second way to keep growing, my favorite way to grow, the way I have grown my business, I just recently started doing things online. I grew through referrals. Guess what a referral does, right? When someone comes to you and their best friend or their mom or their cousin or whoever told them that these oils, you think they're ready to buy? They come ready to buy, and they buy bigger kits. And so we want to get referrals. Now, what I tell my people is, let me tell you about my referral program. You make it sound official, and then they think it's official. Okay, so my referral program, which is how I've grown, is I will either pay you 10% of whatever I earn on this sale, or I will give you the equivalent of a 15% product. Now, this is if you're talking to someone that's mathematical, all right? That likes numbers, you say, I'll give you 10%, or I'll give you a product, an oil that's worth 15. Where did I come up with that 10%? Who can tell me? Half. Because if they were doing the business, I would be getting that 10%. That works magic. It works so well. Who likes that? Who likes that tip about the girls, right? So start doing that. That works so well. You want to give them an incentive to refer people to you. All right, so here, wrapping up. In conclusion, we're going to learn to sell big kits. It's better for them and it's better for us. We're going to save more money. We are going to focus on finding our builders early. We do that through talking about the business. Tomorrow, Bailey King and Melody Watts, who are amazing recruiters, are going to talk to you about how to get those builders. We're going to teach our clients how to fall in love with their products and how to fall in love with our rewards program, which is fantastic, how to get free oils, and we are going to ask for referrals. And so with that, my friends, I thank you so much.